Hi everyone, my name is Fimi and welcome back to my channel. For those who are new in my channel, my name is Fimi again. I am from Cebu City, Philippines, and I am married to a New Zealand man, and I do a lot of travel, food, and lifestyle videos. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and also hit the notification button below so that every time I upload new videos, you'll be notified. So for today, guys, since it's February and it's love month, we know that most of the proposal happens this month. So a lot of people get engaged this month. So I was thinking of sharing to you how to get married in the Philippines, the process that we've been through, and how much does it cost. So before you propose, you might consider to watch this video first, especially if you're thinking of getting married here in the Philippines. It might affect your decision, or if you will pursue getting married here or just get married abroad. So anyway, I'm gonna share to you the traditional way to process the marriage license, and also the shortcut way of processing the marriage license. So my video would focus on Filipina and foreigner, especially from New Zealand, because I'm just gonna share with you our own experience. What did we do, or what did we went through to process the whole marriage thing here in the Philippines. So if you're interested, guys, please stay tuned. So first, I'm gonna share the traditional way of processing the marriage certificate. So your Filipina fiancé would know where to get most of these things that I'm gonna mention, most of the requirements. So first one is, your Filipina fiancé or Filipino fiancé is 18 to 21 years old. You need a parental consent. So you need a accomplished parental consent if the age is 18 to 21. So it should be duly verified and taken oath in front of the civil registrar. So you can just get this from the civil registrar. And if your fiancé is 22 to 24 years old, you need parental advice. So it also needs to be duly verified and taken oath in front of the civil registrar as well. And next is 2 valid IDs. So you can check in the civil registrar website what are their valid IDs there. So you need 2 valid IDs. So this is these requirements is for the Filipina first, for the Filipino citizen. So you need the two valid IDs. You have to make a 2 photocopy of it. And next is birth certificate. It should be recent. Like I think you have to get a new one. If you have a birth certificate somewhere that's you have for at least, you know, like 4 years, they won't accept it. So you have to get a new one to NSO. So you have to give the original and 2 photocopy. Barangay Certificate, 1 original and 2 photocopy as well. And the Barangay Certificate should specify the length of stay in that barangay. And next is the CENOMAR, which is the Certificate of No Marriage issued by PSA. So 1 original and 2 photocopy. So the CENOMAR is actually a certificate proving that you haven't been married before, and to certify that you are really single and able to get married. So the PMC Seminar Certificate. Next is a PMC Seminar Certificate issued by the Cebu City Health Department. Also 1 original and 2 photocopy. So this is just a slip, because when you do this one, you have to attend a seminar it's a marriage counseling seminar. So after you attend that seminar, they will give you recognition or a certificate that you have accomplished the seminar. So that's part of the requirements. And of course, the receipt that you have paid already the fees. So later on in the video, I will discuss the payment. So if you are annulled, if the Filipina partner, fiance is annulled, she needs to submit the certificate of finality of annulment issued by the court. So 1 original and 2 photocopy, and certificate of registration from Civil Registrar for registration of the annulment papers, 1 original and 2 photocopy. And if the Filipina fiance is widow or Filipino widow or widower, you need death certificate of deceased spouse issued by the Local Civil Registrar or NSO. So 1 original and 2 photocopies. So that's to sum up the Filipino citizen requirements. So we will go to the foreigner fiance. So if you're a foreigner, you also need a birth certificate. You also need to make a 2 photocopy, 1 original and 2 photocopy, 2 valid IDs, and you also need to get CENOMAR, the certificate of no marriage, here in Cebu or anywhere, any part of the Philippines you want to get married. It's just that they want to see if the foreigner, which is you, if you have records of marriage here in the Philippines. So that's the reason you need to get a CENOMAR as well. And aside from the CENOMAR, if you are a divorcee, you're divorced, you need a divorce decree or divorce applicant. If it's non-English, it should be translated in English. So if you're a widow or widower, you also need the death certificate of your deceased ex-wife or ex-husband. And passport ID, 2 photocopies. You have to present the original for counter checking. And stamp of printed date of arrival, latest on the passport, 2 photocopies. So, and you also need the certificate of legal capacity to marry issued by the foreign diplomatic official in the Philippines. So you need 1 original and 2 photocopies. So about this legal capacity to marry, guys, what my husband did is we contacted the foreign affairs in New Zealand, and we applied for the a certificate of no impediment. So it's just like a CENOMAR here in our country. So the foreign affairs in New Zealand issued the certificate of no impediment, and they emailed it to the New Zealand embassy here in Manila. So luckily guys, we are not asked to go personally in Manila to get the legal capacity of no marriage. They just courier it to us, so it's very handy. Some nationalities, their embassy really required them to go there in Manila, which is where the main embassies are, and to present personally and get the legal capacity personally. So you have to consider that as well, because that's additional process and additional expense. If your country needs you or your embassy needs you to go in person to get the legal capacity, but luckily in New Zealand they're okay if they will just courier it to us. So that's make our life very easy. So I think my husband paid $20 for the legal capacity. And so the fee of all for the certificate for the applying the marriage license is 250 pesos. But because your partner is foreigner, you have to pay additional 1,000. And to process this certificate is it takes 10 days. So yeah, so if you have pick a date for your wedding, you have to consider the processing time. So marriage license, 10 days. So now I'm gonna share with you the shortcut way of processing the marriage license. Actually, it is not advisable because it's kind of shortcut way, you know, like you do the shortcut method. But since we got a wedding coordinator for our wedding, so from the wedding coordinator, he recommend someone to process our marriage certificate, our marriage license for us. So in short, somebody else is processing our marriage license, and so there are few shortcuts. For example, of course you still need to accomplish all the requirements by yourself, everything, and then the person who will process it for you will be the one going in and out of the office. So you don't have to do that, you know. All you have to do is give all your documents to this person, and she will do all the things. And because my husband doesn't want to attend or to participate with the marriage counseling seminar because it's one day, and you know, my husband is already mature enough to know all about the marriage counseling thing, because it's actually for newly married, you know, young couples, like family planning, control, things like that, budgeting. So if you don't want to hassle that one, if you don't want to go through the hassle, might as well just go with the shortcut method. So in the shortcut method, we don't have to attend that one. They will just give us immediately the attendance certificate. And yeah, so basically that's the only advantage of the shortcut method. Like you don't have to go back and forth to the civil registrar, and you don't have to attend the seminar, and all you have to do is just wait for the papers to be released. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you've learned something. And yeah, before you propose or before you plan of getting married here in the Philippines, and you have to consider all of these things, of the hassle, the time, and everything. It's not really difficult once you have everything in your hand, once you have all the documents. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna list it in my description box below, all of the requirements. And if you have questions, please feel free to comment and ask those questions, and I would be happy to answer them. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you learned something today, and yeah, see you on my next video. Bye.